Hello everybody. Before we get started, I just want to let you know, I played 8 games and finished third in 6 of them. Then I played a game this morning and we got to round 9 with 3 left and I finished third. So I've started to become desensitized to the outcome. That doesn't matter at all, but I wanted to give you a heads up because we're going to get continuing with the story that I have been trying to tell for the past couple of videos of me going to this dating event earlier in the week. And the last I left you, I believe we started to get paired up, men and women. So I got paired up with a lady who was super nice, and the somatic exercise was we were to stare at each other for nearly 4 minutes. Done it before, not a problem, and she was a super nice lady. But I kind of had this feeling that it wasn't going to go anywhere. So that's where we left off, and we will begin as soon as I figure out exactly where I'm going to go with this setup here. Okay, can we get something? Okay, I'm not going to sell back Goblin Machine. By the way, I'm not sure how long this video is going to take, but since I'm off work for the weekend, I took a nap, I ate, and here we are. It's going to take as long as possible. So strap in, and here we go. So as part of this dating event, after every round, and where I left you off was round 1, we all get up and we go get in a circle and we kind of start walking around. Now, we're all not walking the same direction. Some of us are going the other way, and that's totally fine. Okay, I'm gonna sell Becky out. Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'll do this, and okay, I'll at least have this for now. Okay, and then we'll get Golden Knight on the next turn. So we all get up and we start walking in a circle, and the point of this is to kind of think about what happened in the previous round and kind of stretch and just kind of mentally detach ourselves from that person, or if we think that there's something, kind of start thinking about, okay, maybe I can, think about, okay, what to do, going forward. Okay, so we got Golden Knight. I think this should be fine here. Okay, getting rid of Demolisher would be really good here. So I'm gonna switch this way. Yeah, let's do that. So we walk around for a couple minutes, and we're stretching and just kind of shaking things off, and then some music starts playing, and the whole idea is to get into the groove of it, and yeah. And then the host says, okay, men out there, if you see a lady that you are interested in, maybe she will say yes, and you can pair up. Here's your chance to talk to a lady and see if she's interested. Okay, I'm not selling back for the 2-star. Okay, we're playing First Gun Eliminate. This is your opportunity to pair up with somebody, and we'll give you about 10 seconds. Take a look, and as I was walking around, I remembered the lady with silver hair, and I said, okay, I wonder if she would say yes. And so I kind of, when I was walking, I was walking a little bit fast just to make sure that when the host started doing the countdown that I was ready to be like right there. So if she was there, I'd just start kind of walking a little bit closer and just be like, okay, like here, and then it'd be ready. So something like that. And then once she started the countdown, I just said, I walked to the lady and I just said, would you want to get paired up? And she said, absolutely. I said, okay, let's go. Okay, there's no, unless I give, okay, we have 10 HP. I am not giving back anybody. but I'll do this because we make it a Dark Goblin, so let's do that. So this lady who I had met before the event started, she said yes, and I was like, okay, here's a chance. Let's go. All right, this is your opportunity. Let's make it happen. And so, we sat on one of the couches, and the host said, okay, here's your question for this round. And it was, what was a moment where you started over in a time of your life, and what were the challenge of it, and how did it go? And I was thinking in my head, like, okay, yeah, okay, that's fairly simple. For me, it was the time when, okay, we first got eliminated, okay, so we're fine. That was easy. For me, it was the moment I decided in 2006 to not give everything up, but I gave up my career to start my own publication and move to LA the first time. So I actually moved in 2007, but 2006 was where I really decided that, okay, I need to take control of my life, because I felt like I was living other people's lives. And that, I mean, that's totally fine. I think we all feel that way at some point in our lives. So yeah, I explained that to my partner, and she was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. And I said, yeah, it was scary, but I mean, I really felt like I had to do it. And to this day, I still believe that I had to do. Okay. I don't think I'm going to sell anybody back. Yeah. So I just didn't expect that from her, and I was just looking at her. I mean, her eyes just, as I was telling the story, her eyes just locked in. Very rarely do I talk to, like, even the first lady, it was just, you know, eyes wandering, just kind of, we didn't know, it just didn't have that feel, but her eyes locked in, and I was just like, wow. I mean, I hope I'm not, what do you call it, overthink, I don't know, who was that? Prince just jumped? That's crazy. Okay, well, we got to it. So the 2 minutes when I explained my part of the question went by so fast, and before the host said switch, I just said, oh, by the way, how did you? Okay, we'll go here. Okay, we'll just do that. I said, oh, by the way, how'd you find out? Is this your first time here? And she said, yeah, it's my first time here. And I said, oh, okay. She said, is this yours? No, I've been here before. And she said, oh, okay. How is it? I said, it's incredible. And I just really enjoy it. And I said, you're just going to, I mean, hopefully the rest of the night goes well for you. And it felt like, I explained this whole thing. That was like a few seconds. I mean, but it felt like forever just talking to her. I'm just like, wow, this is, I had never, oh, man. Okay, we'll go Prince. Yeah, we'll do it. Okay, I know Musketeer's there, and we could have gotten the, oh, that's fine. So it was her turn to give her answer, and she said, but I wrote it down because I do remember. Oh, yes, she was married, and she was about to have her kid, if I remember correctly. She was about to have her kid, or she wanted to have a kid, and the more she was getting closer to that situation, the more she decided, oh, you're kidding. I would love a 3-star Golden Knight, but I can't sell the farm right now to do it. The more she got closer to her kid's birth, the more she realized she couldn't be in that marriage anymore. And that stunned me, because when I've been paired up with women who've been married, they just say, "Oh yeah, it sucked, and I'm out, and I can't do it anymore, and therefore that's why I'm, that's why I'm here." But her response was more of, it just felt different, and that was the crazy part about it. Is it wasn't a, oh yeah, okay, don't tell me we lost Musketeer for the one opportunity. Okay, nobody has it. Okay, all right. I was about to go crazy. It really felt when I was talking to her that, wow, it's not that I don't think that she didn't. How do I put this? She didn't want to be. I guess if she could still be in the relationship, I guess she would. But she really felt at the time that she couldn't. She couldn't, so she left, and I was stunned. I'm like, wow, that is wild. That is wild. She did it to have a better life for her kid. I'm just like, you got to be commended for that, because that's a tough decision. I mean, for anybody, that has to be a tough decision to say, okay, yeah, I'm just not gonna, I'm breaking up and it's over. So yeah, but I was just also stunned at like how she was very beautiful, and so we get to the somatic exercise, and what the host said to do was, okay, you're gonna have your back to, okay, come on, Golden Knight, please, just do something. That's all I ask. Just do something. Oh my goodness, he just got rid of echo. Okay, so the point of the exercise was to have, we're gonna have both our backs to each other, and then one of us will tilt backward, compressing the other person. And then we go back to center, and then the other person goes and tilts the other way, and then move forward. Now, I had done this before, and it is not comfortable. And so what the host said was, if this doesn't work, you could always, oh man, okay. So if Golden Knight picks somebody else, oh no. No, we actually got eliminated. I can't believe that. This is how it's been. This is how it's been. That's lovely. That's lovely. Lovely merch tactics. Yeah. So I told my partner, I don't want to say her name. I said, this is actually uncomfortable. I would prefer that we don't go back and forth. I would prefer we go side to side, because side to side is better. And I've told the host this in the past. I said, the exercise is better when it's side to side, because unless both people are of the same build, it's uncomfortable for both for different reasons. And so my partner had to say, not say yes, but she said, okay, I totally understand. I just don't want you to be uncomfortable. And I said, oh, it's okay. I just don't want to either crush you or, just, make you feel like, oh my gosh, here's a 300-pound dude just like leaning back and you're just like, help. That's what I was thinking. And that's happened. So, so yeah, we did the exercise and it was okay. And then it was like for 2 minutes, and then the host said, "Okay, now explain how it was to your partner." I just said, "I said how it was for you," and I said, "I'm sorry that we couldn't do the actual one, but just so you know, it would have been really bad." And she said, "Oh, don't worry about it. Oh, by the way," and I was like, "Oh, okay," and she said, "By the way, I just wanted to point out that when I first met you." Before it started, you just gave off this sense of energy that I had never felt from anybody before. and I just wanted to say that. I was like, thank you so much. Okay, thank you. I was stunned because I came out of nowhere, and so I said, I just didn't know. I'm stuttering now. I just didn't know what to say or how to follow up with that. Okay, we'll go here. There's nothing. We need prints. Okay. Actually, no, I'm not gonna sell back. I should probably do need to sell back. No, I think we're fine. Yeah, I was stunned when she said it because that was out of nowhere. It wasn't a prompt by the host. It wasn't provoked by anything. She just said, "Yeah. Oh, by the way, yeah, you just had this energy." I'm like, wow. Thank you. I honestly didn't know what to say, and I'm thinking in my head was, find a way to get paired up again if you can, or at the end make sure that you at least try to get a connection. So the round was over, and we get up and we start all walking in a circle again. Okay, I'll take Golden Knight here. Prince would be nice, and of course. Okay, let me see if they do anything. I'll switch back. Okay, they get Musketeer. Okay. Yeah, let's see. If they don't get Musketeer, or yeah, we'll switch. Okay. Okay. So we start walking in a circle again, and I say, oh no, the host says, okay, go stretch, start grooving to the music, and she says, ladies, now it's your opportunity to choose a man who is here to be your partner for the next round. Now, remember, I said this in the previous video. There were 2 more women than men who were there. And I'm thinking, okay, this is not going to be a problem because there's 2 more women than men. So even if it's last or something, oh come on. Okay, we're probably the person going to eliminate. So yeah. So even if things get bad, at the end there's still going to be 3 women and me, and one of them's got to, and one of them they're going to pair me up with some, or one of them has to say yes. You know, that's the thing. That's what I was thinking. And so we lost to Monk, didn't we? Yeah, we lost to Monk because he's going to heal, and this is terrible. Yeah, we lost. I can't believe this. I really can't believe. Okay. So we're walking around, and the host says, "Okay, ladies, you have 10 seconds. Go ahead and pick somebody." And I'm thinking, "Okay, all right, let's go. 10, 9, and everybody's getting picked." And I see 2. I'm telling you, I was not that I was mad, but I saw 2 women say, "Tell each other, hey, do you want to get paired?" I'm thinking, okay, this is how bad it is. Like, this is, oh, you're kidding. Okay, hold that thought. Okay, we'll do that. Okay, we'll just do this. Might get wiped out. If you go after... Anyway, so 2 women pair themselves, and I don't know if it's because they were I don't know if they were friends or they decided now's the time to make the switch or whatever the case was. But then now it was just, okay, are there any women left? And what I noticed, and this is something that really didn't hit me in the past times that I've been going to this dating event, because I just presumed that every woman was just immediately going after um, every guy, and I just got unlucky. But I noticed there were probably 3 or 4 women who didn't make a move to... Okay, we'll go this way. Even though I tried to fire this morning and I was just mad because it didn't work. There were 3 or 4 women who were dancing and they didn't make a move to choose somebody. And I was like, I mean, I was thinking, okay, what is it? Like, what am I, like, you have to make a move, I guess, or something. You have to, and they just said, okay, we'll go here. But I'll bring witch in the next round. So, I was thinking that, man, is it so bad that there's 3 or 4 women and they just won't pick anybody? But the more I thought about it, it was just that they really didn't know. I mean, in my opinion, I don't think they knew to. Okay, you better get rid of him. Okay, all right. I don't think they wanted to pick anybody. I mean, they wanted somebody to pick for them, and that's what I thought was fascinating about it. Okay, Okay, let's just go here for now. Yeah, we'll just go here for now. All right. Okay, perfect. We can't get wiped out. Okay, I'm not gonna worry about it. So the host says, "Well, okay, come on, ladies, you got to pick somebody," and they just didn't. They were looking around. They just didn't want. They wanted the host to pick, and so the host says, "Okay, you, okay, you two." And then I was either second to last or last. And they said, okay, you two. And I really want to give this... Okay, yeah, he does extra damage, so I guess we'll do this. And we'll just get a body on the board. Yeah, okay. I mean, who knows? We're going to finish 3rd place anyways. I don't know. I have so many 3rd places. But yeah, so I got paired with the lady, and I didn't... And she was just... She never looked at me for probably the first minute and a half of just getting paired. She's just like, "Oh, do you want to sit over there?" I'm like, yeah, we'll just sit over there. And then I was going like, "Oh, how was it for you?" And she was like, "Oh, it's okay. It's, nothing. It's good." And I'm thinking, "Oh man, she really either she really didn't want to get paired with me, or some." Okay, let's go here. Actually, okay, 3, 4. Okay. I mean, I'm not selling my skeleton king for 2. Yeah. Yeah, I'll keep gold 9 on the board. Made it to the end. Hooray. Okay. So, yeah, she just didn't really look, and I'm just like, man, this is kind of a bummer, really, to be honest. And so, what I just said, okay, let's just get through this round, and then who knows, and we'll go from there. So we get the prompt, and the prompt was describe your availability and how you're centering yourself around that. I didn't get the question. Like, I actually didn't get the question because I'm like, my availability, I'm single. I'm single. What am I missing here? And the lady went first, and she finally started looking at me, and she said, "Oh yeah, so in 6 weeks I have to do this nonprofit charity event. So I've been really just focusing on that. I said, oh, that's, I mean, props to you for doing a non-profit charity thing, because that's, I mean, I can't imagine that takes work. Okay, so 3. Man, I can't. Yeah, I can't give it up, but at the same time, man. Okay, if we lose, okay, I'm gonna do this. Since we don't even have Goldeneye on the board. I mean, we have Goldeneye, but not supposed to. We're supposed to have Giant Skelly, and that's okay. So I'll live with this. So yeah, I just commended her and I said, you know, props to you. But she said, oh yeah, and that was it. Oh yeah, by the way, I should mention that was all she said, and she said it real quick. And you have 2 minutes, and she says, oh, what about you? Now, the host is right there, and the host has said from the beginning, you have to go the whole 2 minutes. And I'm thinking, well, do I tell her to keep talking, or do I say, hey, oh, there was Giant Scale. Okay, all right. You know what? We're not going to get anything out of this if let's do this. All right, I'm just going to go full. We made it to the end. I don't care. This is for the game, anyways. Let's see. Just take more HP off of our opponent. Okay, well, at least got to play Undead Fire and we got to the end, so we got some trophies out of it. So she said her answer, which was, yeah, she said her answer and she was done like 30 seconds in. I'm thinking, okay, you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. And she didn't want to keep going, and I just say, you know what? Okay, fine. I'll live with it. Not that I'll live it. I said, okay, fine. I will talk a little bit, and I hope the host understands, because she was right there. She listened to the whole thing, and I just said, okay, you know what? For me, and then it really hit me that, oh, okay. In the next 6 weeks, I'm planning for a trip overseas, and I have to do. I mean, I'm competing in this chess tournament, and so my focus is really on getting ready for that. And I will say this: when I've talked about chess in the past, it's very extreme in terms of the reaction that you get with women, because either they see it as it is a very cool thing, or you're the biggest nerd and don't ever say that. And so she said, "Oh, chess, that's so cool. Yeah, that should be fun." She wasn't saying. See, the thing is, this lady wasn't saying much, and that was it was really irritating. And I think I understood exactly what was happening, because she must have believed that this was kind of like a speed date. Okay, let's go here. Yeah, well, okay, we'll at least get that, and then we'll switch everybody out. She must have really believed that this was a speed dating event, and it wasn't. And therefore, the idea of opening up a little bit more to somebody was not on the books. And I think she wasn't ready for that. And a lot of women that I have interacted with during these dating events, they are not ready for that. A lot of them believe it's like a speed dating event, and so they go in with that mindset of, okay, I'm going to say something. I have a script. I'm going to say something, and that's it. Nothing else. Without realizing that you kind of have to go a little bit deeper into, okay, no, I want to keep getting goblins, so I'll move out. Yeah, I'll do this for now. Oh, gosh, I had echo. Oh, okay. I don't know how much more we would have gotten out of it, but if I'd switched to regular goblin, but okay, we might just have to survive for now. Okay, I just have to hope this doesn't get ugly. Okay, it got ugly. So that's what I was realizing talking to this lady. It wasn't that I think she was nervous being at the event. But I think she, like a lot of women, have treated it like a speed dating event, which is not it. Okay. Let's go. Okay, that should be enough. Yeah, okay, there we go. And so, okay, no, that's fine, I won't bring in Goblin yet. That's kind of we'll see. It might be a trump card, depending on how the game goes. Let's see. Yeah. So that's kind of it started to really hit me with this lady, and we got through the next round. Okay, it wasn't anything really. Wasn't anything really special. It was just put your hand on the person's heart. So I just said, okay, yeah, because you're supposed to feel their heartbeat. It's kind of a thing. I know it's weird, but I mean, given that I could already tell this lady just had no interest. Okay, perfect. Okay, we'll do that. Given that this lady had no interest, I was... Oh my gosh, it's a 4-star? Oh, man. Oh, no! Oh, no! Oh, my goodness. You're kidding. Okay, he got rid of... Oh, my goodness. Goblin Monster just saved us right now. Okay. Gosh. Jeez. Okay. Alright. Okay, so now I get to make a decision. I'm going to... I'll leave Dark Goblin there. We'll see what else we can get here. Okay. Yeah, I'm not ready to sell back yet. But we do have to we do have to get rid of Echo to make sure no BS. So yeah, we put our hand over our heart. It wasn't really anything special, just because I could tell that she was just... The event wasn't what she thought it was going to be, and therefore it was just... yeah, it was kind of a throwaway round. So we get to the final round. We all get up and start walking in a circle again, and the host says, "Okay, anybody you're interested in." And it could be man if you're interested in a lady, or lady if you're interested in a man. And oh, okay. Okay, I'm gonna select Dark Goblin. See if we can. Okay. Yeah. Good. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hope that Golden Knight gets a chain over there on the... He did! Oh my goodness! For like the first time in a week, been able to survive that? My goodness. I just... Okay. Thankfully. I mean... Finally, we got some good luck. Oh my gosh. Okay. I mean, I never win those rounds, and by some damn miracle, we got to the end. I can't tell you how much that has never gone in my favor, and so I'm very happy. I'm like half stunned, half happy that we got that. Okay, I really don't care if we win, lose, whatever. Oh my goodness. Please get rid of Musketeer. Oh, no. Oh, okay. Alright, fine. That's fine. We got to the end. Those rounds, round 8, round 9, where the 3 left, I never win those. We won this one. That's why I'm just happy. So, it was the final round, and everybody everybody could pick their own partner. It doesn't matter, man or woman. And so I'm walking around. I'm thinking, okay, maybe I'll get lucky. Maybe somebody will. Maybe somebody will say yes. Will say yes, and the host starts counting down 10, 9, 8, 7, and all of a sudden again everybody's getting picked, and I'm like, oh boy, nobody's picking me. And then this lady in part 1, I told you, I talked to her in the beginning, and it was her first time there. We just looked at each other, and we were like, got paired up, and like, okay, totally fine. And so I asked her, I said, how's the night gone for you? She said, it's really not what I thought it was going to be. I really don't like this format. I said, I'm sorry. And she said, I don't like the men, or not, let's say, the men picking the women or the women picking the men. I said, oh, that's interesting. Because I've said before, if you watch the stream, I've said before, the what do you call it, level 2 of the event is where the hosts or the organizers pick 3 of your 4 partners to be with for the event. And so I thought when I did that was a disaster. And turns out I told her, I said, you probably would like that one where they just pick it for you, and then you see how that goes. Because I told her before, I said, that didn't work for me. That absolutely, yeah, that was, I found no luck, and it was a disaster going through that. And she said, I'm not sure. I think she had maybe a bad experience, and that's totally understandable. If you're not, again, a lot of people go into this believing it's like a speed dating event, and it's not it. That's not it at all. Okay, let's go Musketeer here. I will wait. I will get Prince, so we'll do that. Yeah, I'll wait to get Prince. So the last round, and I was hoping to get paired up with the lady with the silver hair, and she got paired up pretty fast. I should have mentioned that earlier. So the last round, which I thought was I couldn't understand it. The host said, okay, describe a time where you felt uncomfortable, a time when you. I wrote it here in my. Journal. Here. Okay, let's go Prince here. Another. Okay. See, I could have went Dark Elf, but that's okay. Oh, so we'll go here. I'm looking for. Ooh. I mean, we could do massive damage right now. Okay. Okay, we'll do that. So, what was a time wherein you made yourself available and describe how comfortable you were and how you got through? That I didn't understand. I really didn't get it. And I even told the lady I got partnered with, I said, I don't get the question. Yeah, I don't get the question. And I'm sorry, but yeah, this just... I don't know. I said, the only thing I can think of, and I was going to save this story for later, because I've talked about how when I used to work at a restaurant service for hire, that was an adventure, and I just had so many different types of experiences for the few months that I did work there. There was a moment when basically I was asked to take pictures, even though I didn't know who these people were, but they wanted to take pictures with me. I explained. I will save that story for another video, but yeah, that's what I was just Like, okay, it was, I was like, okay, this is very weird, but I will go with it. And she had, I forgot what she mentioned. It was just, I think it was she went on a date and danced or something, and it wasn't something that she was ready for, but she did it anyways. Yeah. So the last round, the last somatic exercise of the dating event is you're supposed to hug someone for about 4 minutes. And it's, now, everybody gives hugs, but imagine hugging someone intentionally for 4 minutes. Okay. I could go this way, and yeah, I'll keep archers for now, and hopefully we get a knight. Yeah, and so I just said, it was a hug for 4 minutes, and it's really, the whole point of the dating event is, if you stay with the same person, it builds up to this moment. So first you stare at them, you stare at them, and you make eye contact. Then you're doing a touching exercise. Then you put your hand on your heart. Then you give them a hug. That's if you were to stay with them for the whole time. Now, in a lot of cases, you're not staying with the same person the whole time, and that's totally fine. So it ended up being a hug that was just okay. I mean, nothing to write home about. And the lady said, "Oh, what did you think?" And I said, "Oh, I mean, it was a hug. I haven't hugged anybody in a while. I actually haven't hugged anybody in a while." And she said, "I really needed that hug. Thank you." I said, "Oh, thank you." I said, "Yeah, thank you. I mean, I'm just following the exercise." But I think it was more of it was her accepting the uncomfortability of the moment. I think she finally understood. Okay, there's knight. Thank goodness. Okay, so we'll do this. Okay, what do you have? Okay, we'll just do this for now. Okay, we'll go here, and then yeah, this should be fine. I would like to. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how this goes. So we all get back in a circle, and the host says, "Okay, now that you've gone through the event, we're going to go around the room. Everybody give one word to explain what you're feeling right now, as opposed to in the beginning when you had a word. Like for me, it was calm, but in the thank you. Okay, it was calm, and I said, well, I'm just happy. Yeah, straight up, I'm just happy." And so we get around, and I just said, "Glenn, happy." And there was some weird words. I think people were just trying to get a cheap pop. Like, what does loquacious even mean? So, loquacious, there was, I will admit, somebody did say they were hungry. And I was like, hell yes, dude, I'm hungry too. And the thing is, right when that person did say hungry, I really felt like I had to go to the bathroom. I felt like I had to. Because I had to hold it in. Once the event starts, you can't go to the bathroom. That's the thing. So I was like, oh man, I really have to go to the bathroom. But I really wanted to talk to the lady with silver hair, just to make sure. See if I could connect with her. I mean, what are you going to do? Like, yeah, I had to go to the restroom. And so the host says, "Okay, we're done, and if you want to stay around, we'll be around for 30 more minutes. You can try to connect with somebody here, and make sure you you can try to connect, or network, or whatever the case is." Man, okay. Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna do this. Let's see. Let's see. Go get archers. Okay, yeah, because we can't get eliminated this round, and we made it to the end anyway. So let's see. So the decision I had was either try to... Okay, I'm gonna... Yeah, I will... Actually... Do I put Musketeer there, or do I put... Oh, you're gonna make me pick. You are incredible. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this. Yeah, we'll just do this. Okay, hold that thought. Come on. Oh, you are kidding me. Okay. So it was either really go to the restroom, or hold it in and just hope that you get hold it in and don't do anything dumb, and try to see if you can get connection. And I just couldn't. I had to go to the restroom. I had to go to the restroom once the event was over. I had to go. Duty calls. I said, man, I just hope I didn't. I hope I don't blow it. I really hope I don't blow it. And so when she said, once I said, okay, thank you so much, and have a good night. And I just said, booked it straight to the restroom, went, peed, and washed my hands really quick, and went back out, and I just said, okay, please still be here. Please still be here. Please still be here. And I looked, and she was gone. And I kept waiting. I'm like, okay, maybe she also went to the restroom and just went there at the time that I did it. That I did, and kind of like I went so fast, but she was kind of like slow, and then there by the time she's inside the ladies' restroom, I'm already out, or something like that. And I think, oh man, please, just please still be around. And I waited probably 10 minutes, and I said, Alexa, play She's Gone by Hall & Oates. And I just, yeah, that was, I was bummed because I said, okay, you know what, hold on here. Okay, I'll wait. Yeah, I'll wait. Okay, yeah, I'll just wait. I was bummed. I just said, man, that may have been it. That may have been the opportunity, and but I had to go to the restroom. I had to go to the restroom. I can't explain enough how much I had to go. And I feel bad, but yeah. It was one of the very few times. Now, I've been rejected. I've actually been rejected at these events, but never have I, the lady disappeared. Actually, no, there was one time where a lady disappeared. Or not disappeared. She left before I could, okay, we're not going to get anything out of this if I stay, actually. Okay, we'll do that. Yeah, man. Yeah, I was bummed. I was bummed because I wanted there to be some... Oh, man. Okay. Alright. Yeah, immediately we would get to the end in one game, and then this is what happens, so... Yeah. So I went home, and I was just thinking in my head, okay, the organization does have a WhatsApp, and I absolutely do not want to use social media, so I was saying, okay, I'm not going to use it. I'm not going to use it. It's just, yeah. The next day, however, the host sent an email saying, thank you for coming to the event. we really appreciate you taking time out to participate. Now, 2 things in the email. Now, I've gotten this email before, but I never really paid attention to it because it was just kind of a thank you and not a. It was more of a thank you email rather than an action email, which I'm going to get next week. Which is what she said. Which is what they said in the email. It said next week you're going to get a questionnaire or survey, and we want to know how it went for you. We want as much feedback as possible. Now, that is not a survey I take lightly. I answer it as deeply as possible, and I let it be known that when something is bad, I explain. I say, hey, this event was not good, or this event was awesome, even though I didn't make a connection, or this event was awesome and I made a connection, and I really try to explain it to them so they understand. Okay, this is how you can make it better next time. And as I was going through this email, the thank you email, they said, okay, 2 things right now. We have a WhatsApp. Please join. I'm like, I'm not doing it. And the second is, hey, if you missed somebody at the event and wanted to connect but couldn't because they left or you left early or you just remembered, we have a form that you can fill out, and we'll try to reach out to that person, and if they're interested, they will reach back and say, hey, okay, they're interested, and you can connect that way. And I thought, man, do I want to? I mean, okay, no, we're going here. We're going here. I was thinking, do I want to? Because I'd never used it before. Because I'm thinking, yeah, there was one lady, but I mean, forget it. It's not going to be anything. But I don't know. There was something in me that said, okay, yeah, let me reach out. But do I really want to do it? That was the thing. Do I really want to reach out and say, hey, yeah, there was this lady, she looks like this, and we talked about this, and I remember the whole thing. I didn't know. I really didn't know how to. I really didn't know whether it was worth it to do it. And so, the more I thought about it for a day, and I said, would it even be worth it? Okay, we lost, didn't we? We lost. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's just how it goes. This is how it's been for a while. So, anyways, in the end, after a day, I was telling myself, maybe it wouldn't hurt to at least try. And so I filled out the form. I said, I was wondering if you could help me connect with this lady. And this is what she looked like. She looked like this. We talked about this. It was, I know her name, because she said her name to me, and she did this, and this, and here's everything I remember. And I filled out the form, and we'll see how it goes. But I mean, I don't expect anything out of it. That's what I would say. So, all right, if you got this far, thank you. I'll get better at telling this story, but basically the whole point of the dating event was, nope, I didn't get a connection, and I met someone who I thought was cool, but before I could connect, they left. So it goes in LA. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you all for the next one.